Hello guys, today I want to show you how I make a piece of the sea. There are tons of ways to do this, and I'm sure every artist has their unique recipe. I find the easiest and quickest way is using agam. You could of course use a silicone mold, but that process is a bit more complex, though for those who are experienced with molds and silicone, they probably think it's easier. So I create my mold, my piece of the sea, using agam. I need yellow agam because it takes longer to set than the blue one. I knead it well and weight 2 parts as it's a 2-component material. You have to blend the agam itself with the hardener until you have a uniform mass and get a soft yellow color. If you've never shaped and rolled dough before, now's your opportunity. We spread our dough ball, making it less round, and cover it with polyethylene. You can use something like bendable glass or dense building polyethylene. Grab a rolling pin and roll it out to the size you want. As you can see, I've put a lot of effort into rolling it as thin as possible because it's a shame to waste so much precious dough. The shape I'm aiming for is a square to match my box. Everything is done to accommodate this box. Everything is sacrificed for it. Remember to allow some extra room around the edges because you'll be creating waves. What's also neat is that the top and bottom are covered with polyethylene, so when you fold it accordion style, the dough becomes glossy on both sides and mimics all your movements, just like Play-Doh. I'm rolling mine into a square to fit my box. Everything I do is for this box. Everything goes into it. Make sure you leave a little extra around your perimeter because you'll be forming waves later. And the coolest part, the bottom and top are covered in polyethylene. So when you squeeze it accordion-like, the dough becomes shiny on both sides, repeating all your moves just like you can with plasticine. Any drawing to repeat to cover any surface that you want, it's going to be imprinted, then you're going to spill, but it's specifically like a silicone mold. So now I'm messing around creating some kind of structure, it seems to me, a repeating wave. And I've understood that you don't have to try to make waves like we're used to, you know, these oscillating lines repeating each other. No, it's flares to me. Waves are flares. Now I remove the top piece of polyethylene and measure exactly to its size under my box. I need a small square and I need to create edges that will hold my resin. So I measure my square with a utility knife, not pressing hard. Cut off the excess and this excess until it hardens. We'll create edges from it, which means you can imagine how small the consumption is. And the gamma, you think, I spent half a pack there. No, we assemble carefully, screw into the sausage, create sides, what you need, what thickness you want, and you can also make these sides embossed and print from the inside, whatever you want, what texture you want. I have like a C, so I didn't really try to print some kind of drawing from the inside. It's all the same. So I created just sides with sausages, familiar to us, no more. Somewhere I had 1.6 centimeters. You also control how much you need because art resin, if its level slightly exceeds the permissible level, then it can boil. We check the sides whether everything is well congealed. I need liquid resin, transparent, from the company Art Resin or Rain Pro Terram promo code for a 10% discount. If someone needs it when ordering, use Knead and Dye with alcohol ink, alcoholic piñata ink. You can add mother of pearl here. You can add phosphor here. By the way, I added a phosphor live. You can add some stones, shells. It's as you want. I'll pour it on the second layer and add these pebbles so that it looks like there is sand from above the sea. Leave everything to polymerize, tadam. The crunch is not inferior to the crunch of a real young woman. And the best thing is that this piece will serve me for a long time. And I also want to cover it on top of the sea that I will paint. I will just slightly separate my sides and imprint on the surface of epoxy resin. That's just the sound of the sea is not enough. You see, just such a highlight. I played enough with this technique, just me. I got such pleasure from this aesthetic, from observing all these lakes, from creating this texture in general. If you want to experiment, take resin, take epoxy resin, take pigment, and welcome. Have a great day, everyone.